Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time, and in this video I'll talk to you about the President's diagnosis of COVID. The President announced via Twitter that he and the First Lady have tested positive. In this video, I'll give you the latest news, the latest information. I want my viewers and subscribers to remain calm because you're going to hear all sorts of news and you're going to hear all sorts of information. I'm here to give you the actual news, the honest news, and I'm going to try and give you a calm and rational perspective of this situation because we have to wish the President and the First Lady well. We also have to make sure that that there are other individuals who get extensively tested. I'll give you all the news, and let's just jump right into it, and let's also make sure we pray for the health and the safety of the President and the First Lady and all of the individuals who've come into contact with them. So here's the news right now. The President does get tested for the pandemic on a daily basis, and the President has held large political rallies, and some of them indeed have been indoor. This is a fact, and suggested that we can get back to our pre-pandemic levels quickly. Unfortunately, the President tested positive, and the President, who's 74 years old, tweeted at 12:54 a.m. East Coast time last night. I quote, "Tonight, FLOTUS, meaning First Lady of the United States, and I tested positive for COVID-19. We will begin our quarantine and recovery process immediately. We will get through this together." This comes after senior White House aide Hope Hicks tested positive in the past 24 hours. And the President and the First Lady will, I quote, "remain at home within the White House during their convalescence," meaning during their recovery, during their quarantine period. This was a statement from the White House physician Sean Conley in a memo that was released by the White House at 1:05 a.m. within 10 minutes of the President's tweet. And I will provide you with the link to the memo from the doctor if you so choose. It's too soon right now to see what's happening. I can tell you that as I'm chatting with you, the stock market has taken a dive, and the stock market, as I'm talking to you, stock market futures are down 350 points. If you want me to cover various aspects of what this has an impact on, I'm happy to do that. But getting back to the President's health, it's too early. At this point, I want to make sure that we think about this calmly and rationally, and I want to provide you with the right information to frame your thinking, because this is highly concerning. Every move made, every word uttered and tweet published by the White House will now be under a microscope, and the whole world is trying to understand the health of the leader of the free world, the most powerful man in the world. It doesn't matter to me whether you're red or blue. For me, it's about the red, white, and blue. All of us are Americans first before we are Democrats and Republicans. So it is essential that the President and the First Lady of the United States are safe and healthy. So we are looking forward to test results from Vice President Mike Pence and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi as we speak. I'll give you a little bit more information about that. And at a time like this, it is very essential that we remain calm, we remain rational, and I'm asking all my fellow Americans to please remain calm and please remain rational. The President is going to be quarantined for some time. So the 2020 campaign is effectively going to be paused in the final stretch. I highly doubt if 74-year-old President Trump and 77-year-old President Joe Biden can be in the same room for another debate at this point. I personally highly doubt it. That is my opinion. And also, it seems highly unlikely that the President can hold another in-person rally. Okay, let's be clear about that. So, the fact that this pandemic is not over, there is no end in sight, and now it's impacting the President is indeed going to make a lot of us pause and think. And there are political implications to this. If you want me to cover the political implications of this, I will do so in another video. Let me know. If you want me to cover the stock market implications about this, please let me know in the comment section below. I'll do that in another video. I don't think now is the appropriate time for me to talk about that. Not in this video. And hopefully the President, at this point, the information that we have is the President is not showing any symptoms. This is based on the information we have coming out of the White House. So now I would imagine that the administration and Congress, meaning the House and the Senate, will do everything they can to preserve the health and of everyone next in the chain of command. This means that the key individuals are as follows. Number one, Vice President Mike Pence. Number two, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Senator Chuck Grassley from Iowa will have to take extra precautions. Keep in mind, House Speaker Pelosi is 80 years old. Chuck Grassley, keep in mind, is 87 years old. They are number 2 and 3 in the line of succession after Vice President Mike Pence. Vice President Joe Biden will certainly be tested, and political and financial markets will be interested in his test results because this has huge ramifications. And I believe that this will cause Congress to retest its testing regimen. I just want to remind everyone, and this is going to surprise you, members of Congress are not tested on a regular basis. They are not tested. They are forced to travel to DC to vote because of all the drama that's been going around with with these stimulus bills. The House is getting ready to leave after today. The Senate actually went on recess yesterday until Monday. They'll be in next week, but I'm pretty sure people won't want to be close to each other, not knowing who is infected and who isn't. So there'll be an effort now to show that the government can still operate with the commander-in-chief sideline. This is one heck of a year, guys. And President Trump's the fact that he has tested positive, this does indeed have long-term political, practical, financial implications. But as of now, let's hope that they recover quickly. Our best, always, to President Trump and to the First Lady of the United States, Melania Trump. Our best always to them. But at this point in time, it appears the government will continue to operate as normal. Federal agencies have indeed been operating in a pandemic mode for months. Now, there have been many other administration officials that have been swarming DC. White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows has been in contact with SCOTUS nominee Amy Coney Barrett, who, and to be honest, both of them should probably be tested at this point in time. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and a host of other key GOP senators also probably all need to be tested right away. Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin, and by the way, he does typically wear a mask, okay? He does typically wear a mask. He was at an in-person meeting with House Speaker Pelosi on Wednesday in the past 24 hours. Now, I just want to be clear, House Speaker Pelosi is still scheduled to talk to Stephanie Ruhle at MSNBC at 9:20 this morning. And we'll know more in the coming hours. Just a bit of a backstory. It is not clear yet how President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump did indeed contract this. They said they had both tested positive hours after one of their closest aides, Hope Hicks, also tested positive. Ms. Hicks received the diagnosis after she began experiencing symptoms on Wednesday while attending the president's rally in Minnesota. Okay. Oh, Lordy. Okay. President Trump kept his appearance there for right about 45 minutes, roughly half the length of one of his typical rallies. And as of this morning, it's unclear how many aides have come into contact with President Trump who have tested positive, but the White House said that its medical unit was conducting contact tracing. Top advisors to the president are now in a state of shock and said they expected a number of additional cases of individuals who are in President Trump's orbit. So we can expect more and more individuals to test positive as we speak. White House officials had hoped to keep the news about Hope Hicks from going public, but they weren't able to do that. On Tuesday, President Trump was accompanied by all of his adult children and senior members of the White House and campaign staff on Air Force One, on his way to Cleveland for the first presidential debate. None of them wore masks as they were seen boarding and deplaning. None of them. Now, by the way, it's evident that Vice President Joe Biden needs to be tested and Chris Wallace needs to be tested. I know very few of you are thinking about Chris Wallace, but I'm a citizen journalist. I'm a fellow reporter. I think Chris Wallace needs to be tested. So I'm thinking of the guys behind the scenes, just like me. None of them wore masks. The president's family wore masks, and Bill Stepien, the president's campaign manager, was seen on board without a mask and was then spotted getting into a car with Ms. Hicks. And after the White House officials learned of Hope Hicks' symptoms, President Trump and his entourage flew Thursday to New Jersey, where he attended a fundraiser at his golf club in Bedminster and delivered a speech. President Trump was in close contact with dozens of people, including campaign supporters at a roundtable event. And that is where things stand right now. US stock market futures, as we speak, have dropped 350 points. The stock market hasn't opened yet at the time I'm recording this video. In fact, as soon as I woke up and I heard the news, all I did was, freshen up a little bit, make my morning coffee. Instant coffee, actually. The funny thing is I've always preferred instant coffee. For me, it's about the creamer, believe it or not about the coffee. And I use this almond milk creamer from Khalifa Farms, and that just makes me enjoy my coffee. And boy, oh boy. All right. So this is where things stand right now. The president will hold today a phone call on pandemic support for vulnerable seniors at 12:15 p.m. at the White House. So that is on the president's schedule today, and this is this is what is happening right now. Again, the stock market, as I speak, has gone down about 350 points. We'll see where the stock market lands when the stock market actually opens. And I just want to make sure that you folks understand there are some key questions that need to be asked right now. Does Amy Coney Barrett need to be quarantined? How about the senators who were in close proximity to her and White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows? The confirmation of SCOTUS nominee Amy Coney Barrett starts in 10 days. Again, let me remind you, Congress has no testing program. Members of Congress are traveling to Washington almost every week. The legislative branch has made the decision to not test, even though there are many members who don't wear masks. And many individuals around them are extremely nervous of senators and congressmen, and no one's going to walk up to a senator and say, "Hello, why are you not wearing a mask?" No one has the guts to do that, not in DC. So at this point in time, we don't know if there's an outbreak. And let's hope there isn't. Again, let me emphasize, let's hope and let's pray for President Trump, for First Lady of the United States, Melania Trump, and also let's hope that other individuals are also safe. And again, where things stand right now is this could have long-term consequences. If you have any questions about this, please type it out into the comments section below. My goal is to provide you with the actual news that is important to our nation, to our finances as well, and this definitely will have an impact. If you want me to cover how this has an impact, what kind of a political impact this has, what kind of impact this has on stimulus checks, what kind of an impact this has on the stock market and the economy, let me know. I'll do that in a separate video. I wanted to make this video focused on the health of the president and his surrounding people. That was my focus here. We are just about 31 days away from the 2020 race at the time I'm recording this. And again, let me emphasize the president's tweet. Tonight, Flotus meaning First Lady of the United States, and I tested positive for COVID-19. We will begin our quarantine and recovery process immediately. We will get through this together. And that is Trump's physician, President Trump's physician, Sean Conley, did say in a memo that the president and the First Lady were both well, and that the president would continue to carry out his duties as president. Conley did not mention whether the president was exhibiting any symptoms, but a person familiar with the situation said that as of Thursday, the president was not showing any symptoms. Still, Vice President Mike Pence may need to step in for some tasks if the president is confined to White House grounds, according to this source, and this was reported on Politico. This is going to transform the final month of a very, very volatile, very divisive campaign. Unfortunately, at this point, schools are still shut for the most part, and the cases are surging across the country. And the president did say earlier, Thursday evening, in a videotaped message to the annual Alfred E. Smith Memorial Foundation dinner, I quote, "I just want to say that the end of the pandemic is in sight, and next year will be one of the greatest years in the history of our country." Now, I do want to mention one thing though. The president has some existing health conditions. His latest physician's report recorded him as just at that line between overweight and obese. So this is an actual health report, right? This does put the president at a slightly higher risk of developing serious complications from the pandemic. Let's hope the president recovers quickly, shows no symptoms. There's no question about that. We want the president to be safe. And the president's doctor said the president remains in very good health overall, with the cholesterol level and blood pressure range within normal limits. He does, however, take medication for prior issues with high cholesterol, which, I mean, a lot of people do that. So, but we do, this pandemic affects different people differently, which is what is a cause for concern. And so that is where things stand right now. The First Lady, Melania Trump, who is 50 years old, also falls within the range of high risk individuals for complications. She falls within an age range that is high risk. The virus can have wide-ranging impact on different people, even at an advanced stage, from relatively mild symptoms to devastating breathing problems. And Vice President Mike Pence tweeted a few hours ago, Karen and I send our love and prayers to our dear friends, President Trump and Flotus Melania Trump. We join millions across America praying for their full and swift recovery. God bless you, President Trump, and our wonderful First Lady Melania. I want the President and the First Lady to get well quickly. And on behalf of all our viewers, red or white, on behalf of all our viewers, Democrats and Republicans, I would like to wish the President and the First Lady of the United States a quick and speedy recovery. And there are millions of individuals rooting for your health right now. We want you to get better. We want you to be healthy. We want you to be safe. The same applies to Vice President Mike Pence, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Grassley, every senator, every lawmaker. It doesn't matter to me whether they're Democrats or Republicans. They are all Americans first. I'm hopeful and confident they're safe, and we can expect a flurry of activity today after this highly unusual news. And after doing this entire video at one shot, I need to take a sip. That is where things stand right now, everybody. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. Stay strong, stay calm, stay rational, and we will get through this. We absolutely will get through this as a country, and I think the world is waking up, and now in a state of shock as I record this video. I want you to stay calm. I want you to help others stay calm. I want you to not follow negative news or positive news. I want you to not follow negative news on social media, because social media is going to explode today with all kinds of conspiracy theories, depending on whether you're a supporter or not a supporter of the president. Please do not allow yourself to get influenced, to get negatively impacted, to fall victim to the hype, because this kind of news is going to appeal to our base emotions of nation, of fear, of anxiety. Stay calm. This is the most powerful man in the world. Everything that can be done to help the president will be done, and I'm confident the president and the First Lady of the United States will be fine, because that is what we all want. It is also important to make sure that everybody around him, everyone in his orbit, is safe, and that is what is happening as we speak. As you wake up on this rather consequential day, I want you to remember that one day things will get better. I want you to stay calm. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to withhold information from you because I think you can handle the truth. And the truth is that one day we'll be okay. We'll be fine. Hopefully that day will be sooner than later. Thank you so much. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. Please subscribe. Please enable notifications so you can get the honest news, a rational point of view in this bizarre world that we find ourselves living in. I will always be with you. I will always give you the truth because I have enough respect for you to tell you the truth in a balanced way. It doesn't matter to me whether you're red or blue. It actually doesn't matter to me, in case you haven't figured that out already. What matters to me is that you have the right information and we put our country first before our beliefs. And right now, when we put our country first, it's important to get behind the belief that we wish the president and the First Lady of the United States a fast and speedy recovery. I'm confident that will happen, and we hope that all those others in their orbit have not been impacted. We'll find out their results in 24 hours. We will. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if we get more news and more results by mid-afternoon. Once again, my name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda. Thank you so much. Please subscribe. Please enable notifications. I would really appreciate it. That is your vote of confidence in me and my team. Please click like, even though you don't like the news. Click like for the effort, not the news. Click like for the effort, and I will be in touch with all of you soon. Thank you. I appreciate you. Bye.